Okay, let's do this. Hi, everybody. My name is Nobody. I'm an anonymous artist. Um, and I'm doing this with you guys because I fucking love you guys. I feel like I'm in my 50s, and I've really only felt comfortable like I was in an environment where I belonged twice in my life. Once when I was much younger and uh, I wasn't responsible for anything but myself. Um, that was a lot rat on tour with the Grateful Dead. Shakedown Street is just an environment that I thrived in. I loved, and I got lost for a while, and I found another family in crypto that I just felt adopted me or I belonged in. And I've been gone for a while. Um, I lurk, but uh, I've been putting some other things together. Um, but I owe you guys, and I love you guys, and I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere, but I'm definitely I've switched up kind of how I move. Um, and this is holy shit. Is that a gator? That's just a fucking rock. This is just a. I've been working on this for a while. Um, I don't see myself having to really do anything different after this. But either way, I stay. Okay, I could have swore that was a gator. If you're looking for a sign, understand that if a gator's coming after you, the best fucking thing you can do is feed that motherfucker. So take that how you want. But the first page is just some jokes to hopefully show that we understand each other. Um, I called it NFTs for a few reasons that I think are pretty smart, but the one that kind of resonates with me the most, the one that hits me the most, is that crypto is like a wild ass fucking environment, and NFTs is where I found kind of families in that environment. Um, some were like the family I grew up with, whatever, and some loved the shit out of me. Balls don't, whatever. Don't read too much into that, but yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of love in some NFT communities, and yeah, I don't know. I'm basically a ghost at this point, so that's me in the chair watching over you. As fucked up as that sounds, that's how I look at it. The first piece is King of the Cucks. Everything, there's some pieces that I don't have anymore, but for the most part, everything's kind of a living document. But um, King of the Cucks deals with what I call my life as an observer under the influence. And the influence being, needles in my arms, rock on a can, whatever, to pledging allegiance and everything else that goes through, to me, my core understanding of all of those things. And for you, it can serve as kind of a, not a roadmap of where this is going, but a roadmap of who's leading the way. It's 5 decades of sacrifice. I'm beyond the person that took that journey. I've honored him deeply, but I'm not him anymore. It's meant to serve as proof that I existed and that I have deconstructed my way back to who I actually am. I like the idea of being invisible to the naked eye. I like thinking of myself as average because nobody sees average. Nobody. Yeah, the wordplay is going to get a little weird, but no matter what it is, no matter what you're holding in your hand, no matter what thought you have in your head, you're either better or worse than whatever that is, whatever the average of that is. So, from average, from that actual perspective, everything just becomes this kind of bubble that's waiting to be popped, and you can see what's pushing where and pick where you want to be. So I'm gonna move pretty quick. Sorry, I'll deal with the camera stuff later. This is just an overview. Um, we're gonna dive a little deeper into some of these things. But from there, from average, everything is just kind of probable. Um, and you understand that you just need to understand kind of what bubbles work with other bubbles. What bubbles want to work with other bubbles. Some of them really want to work together. Crypto and art fucking love each other. You add those two together and then me, and there's something new. And it couldn't ever have been if I didn't do it. So it's important because it can't exist otherwise. I've sat on this stuff for years. I'm going to get it in the training data one way or another. I'm going to make sure as many people that want to access it can access it. For now, I'm guessing all that you really need to know is that crypto loves stories, and I have fucking stories for days. Days. Nobody else could tell them. They are new. So when you take me, add me to crypto, what you get is NFTs. I do know that the universe loves when I make new stuff. I know that. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it likes everything, right? No way of knowing which this is right at this moment. But I've done a lot of work to make sure that it gets on the fridge and gets a gold star. I want this to be loved. I could not have done this until I loved all of you. I was mad for a really long time. And it would have come across. If I stopped right here, it probably doesn't get on the fridge. I'm safe. The universe doesn't have to watch me like that anymore. It's probably would just chalk it up to brainstorming. So lucky for us, learn to. I was kind of forced to learn to start conning when I was pretty young. Um, I have some tricks. They're good ones. I've leveled up. I don't use them on people anymore. It was never really my thing. Um, I use it on my whole fucking world. That's why it feels like it loves me. It does. I made it. If anyone had whatever the credentials are that you need to make everybody define a word a certain way, I would call this manifestation if that's what they demanded that you hear me describe it as. The language is fair, man. Everybody gets to make any rule. So I'm not going to call it manifestation because it's not. This is remembering the future. It's way different. It's something I know will happen, and I'm just walking there. Problem with language is words like manifestation. Nobody knows what the fuck it means. Remembering. You know, remembering, yes, everybody knows what that means. The future, yes. Remembering the future, it's easy. Manifestation, question marks everywhere. In those question marks would be a handful of people that would explain it as remembering the future, but whatever. Everybody else has to pile in. So I'll just keep it simple. I remember the future and I create it. For me, this is step 73. For you, this is go. Or don't go. Just whatever. Soon I'll be telling people to take a seat if they can find one. But we have work to do. Nobody wants to level up.